Yo, 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 what's good, Karma Nation? It's your boy Tristan, aka Sriracha DFS, back once again with DFS Karma. Welcome to another episode of NBA DFS DraftKings Picks on Friday, December 3rd, 2021, powered by DraftKings and DFS Karma themselves, where I do a breakdown of the games for the slate as well as give you guys the top picks from each team for the slate. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to this YouTube channel so you do not miss out on any of our free media content or our live streams. Also, comment as well if you do indeed like our content or have any questions or criticism to give. We try to get back to you guys all as soon as possible, and we also take everything into account all the time. So we appreciate that. Also, make sure you're in a free chat room where we discuss things DFS 24/7. Also, link for that is down in the description below. It's chatdfs.com. I wanted to give it second, just real quick, to shout out my guy Spike. He is on a heater right now. His cores have been going off. I think that's almost 3 takedowns in 3 nights. 12K today, or 12K tonight, 5K the night before. So he's been going nuts. Cores are down in the description below as well to get access. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. We have a 9-game slate on this Friday, a pretty good sized slate. First, it starts off with Cleveland at Washington. Over here, we have Dean Wade doubtful, Colin Sexton out, and Chetty Osman out as well. Players I'm liking here, it's going to be a pretty, I think, pace down game. It's going to be a pretty low scoring game, but that doesn't mean that there aren't good plays. So Evan Mobley, 6.7K. I think that is way too cheap for his upside. He could have a floor of around 25 to 30 here just because of the matchup, but his upside is pretty high, around 40 in my opinion here. Jared Allen, 8.1K. I mean, they run the offense through him, Mobley, Garland. That's how I see it. And then a sprinkle of Ricky Rubio and Lauri Markkanen. So those are the 3 main guys I'm targeting here, with mainly looking at Evan Mobley. And besides that, I probably won't go anywhere else here. On the Washington side, we have Aaron Holiday questionable, Denny Avdija questionable, and then Thomas Bryant will be out for tonight's game still. For here, I'm not really looking at too much. I know Daniel Gafford has been going on a tear, fantasy point-wise. He's been having, over 25 to 30 each night so far. But again, this matchup is tough. He's going to be going against basically the Twin Towers in Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. So it's going to be a tough matchup for Gafford. I do believe Montrezl Harrell earlier on in the year went off in this spot. He's 5.6K. Worth a look in GPPs for sure. He does have an upside, but it is capped because Gafford does play those center minutes and splits it with him. So besides that, not sure if I go anywhere else here. Oh, Rui's in, huh? He might be in. We'll see. If Rui plays, then everyone gets a bump down, especially Kyle Kuzma, Davis Bertans, and someone like who am I looking for? I think that might be it. Those guys definitely get a bump down. Denny Avdija, if he doesn't play, Rui might pick up those minutes, but if Denny does play, then he also gets a bump down if Rui plays. So that's just something to note. Make sure watch for that news tomorrow. Next game, Miami at Indiana. On the Miami side, we have Markieff Morris out, Bam Adebayo out, Jimmy Butler out, and Victor Oladipo out as well. This is huge news that Jimmy will still be out because we know Bam is out for about 4 to 6 weeks. But Jimmy Butler being out opens up a buttload of usage for the rest of the guys. So, you want this game to stay close if you're going to be playing the studs in Kyle Lowry and Tyler Hero. I do prefer Hero over Lowry if you are going to go any of these Miami, I guess, big guys or big priced guys. I do prefer Hero. Dwayne Dedmon is going to be needed tomorrow against Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis because those are 2 big dudes, and they're running out of big dudes. So Dwayne Dedmon will be needed. Someone intriguing to me, Duncan Robinson, has been shooting awful, and shout out to my guy Prop Bomb. He noted that Duncan Robinson has a good time shooting on away games, but he has a terrible time shooting at home. So they will be away. I love Duncan Robinson in GPPs. I might just lock him in tomorrow for GPPs. His upside is crazy without Jimmy Butler and Bam. He just needs just a couple threes to go in, and then he could go on a hot streak. He could be on a heater just like my man Spike, you know. But I do like Duncan tomorrow. And he's going to be needed for this game to stay close for sure. Two other guys I'm looking at, or I guess three other guys I'm looking at, are Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, and Caleb Martin. But mainly Max Strus and Caleb Martin because Gabe Vincent tends to play the backup point guard spot. We have Kyle Lowry for that. It's not like Lowry will be out tomorrow. So I do believe that Max Strus and Caleb Martin have higher upside than Gabe Vincent. So if anyone, if I were to be playing anyone, I guess as a low priced value in this game, it would be one of Max Strus or Caleb Martin. But yeah, I love me some Duncan tomorrow. I do believe he bounces back. And Tyler Hero is going to be my main stud if I do target someone from this Miami side, and if I do believe that this game stays close. Because on the Indiana side, we do have T.J. McConnell out, Justin Holiday out, and T.J. Warren out as well. As you can see here, dude, I can't believe Karis LeVert is still 5.7K. I don't think he's hit value in the last 4 or 5 games. He's been playing pretty bad. I mean, there's not much else to say. Brogdon has been playing pretty good. His price is getting up there. Sabonis' price is getting up there. Miles Turner, I think, is very interesting. He's always worth a look in GPPs just every night just because of his upside. He has block upside, three-point upside. But with LeVert in the lineup, I mean, that's less shots for Miles Turner. So he does have a capped upside now. But Chris Duarte has slotted in the starting lineup with Justin Holiday being out. And T.J. McConnell being out definitely helps him more as well. So I do like Chris Duarte just, I guess, as a value play. But I don't know if I'd go here over the guys on Miami. I mean, he's about the same as Duncan Robinson price-wise. So I'm probably going to go to Duncan over Chris Duarte. But that doesn't mean rule Chris Duarte out as a value play because he is worth a look in GPPs for sure. Starting spot, going to get a ton of shots. If he catches hot, he's going to be up there for sure. So other players I'm looking at here, no one in particular. Maybe Jeremy Lamb, just because they are missing T.J. McConnell and Justin Holiday, two of, I guess, the 2-3 guys for this team. So maybe Jeremy Lamb at 3.2. Besides that, probably no one else here. I just feel like one of these guys are going to go off. I just can't put my finger on it. Jeremy Lamb, Torrey Craig, Brissett. How much Brissett play last game? 18 minutes. Yeah, I mean, one of these guys I feel like might go off tomorrow. I don't really have a lean towards anyone. Maybe Jeremy Lamb, but besides that, it's like throwing darts at a board. So moving on, Philly at Atlanta. I do believe this is going to be a good game. On the Philly side, Ben Simmons out, Grant Riller out. Nothing really changes here. Tobias, 7.8K, not too bad price. He's in a good spot. I do like Joel Embiid tomorrow, 10.5. I'm not sure if too many will pay up for him, but he's going to be going against Clint Capella. I know he ate him up in the playoffs last year, but Joel Embiid has not been looking like his former self, at least as of late. So not sure if I'd go here, but if you do believe this game stays close and you want to game stack it, Joel Embiid is probably going to be one of the guys to keep it close. So he's worth a look. Seth Curry, him too. And besides that, don't think I'll go to anyone else here. On the Atlanta side, Cam Reddish questionable, Bogdanovich out, DeAndre Hunter out. So Kevin Huerter was one of my guys last slate. He was one of the guys I had in almost everything. He did really well. His price has gone up a little bit, 5.1K. I do believe that price limits his upside in this situation. Just, I guess, point per dollar wise, you're going to want 30 from him with a 5.1K salary tag. So you're looking for him to get hot again. But Trae Young was one of the main guys last year that just consistently crapped on Philly. He's going to be a lone stud. John Collins, 7K. Going to be going against Tobias. Not going to be going against Joel Embiid, so he's not going to have that tough of a matchup. But, yeah, I mean, I do like him at 7K for sure. He's been pretty consistent as of late. I do believe 30 plus fantasy points the last 5 games or something like that. I do like him for cash games for sure. Besides that, maybe Danilo Gallinari as a GPP play. But we do need news on Cam Reddish before that, if we were to want to go to Danilo Gallinari. So you want to make sure and watch news for that one. Moving on, Minnesota at Brooklyn. On the Minnesota side, we got Jared Vanderbilt probable, Anthony Edwards probable, Jaden McDaniels questionable, and Karl Anthony Towns questionable as well. So that's going to be one of the biggest news on the slate. If Cat sits or if he plays, because without Cat, I'm not sure if this game stays as much as close as people think it should. So Cat's a big part of this team, one of the big three in my opinion, and he's going to be needed for sure to contend with this Brooklyn team who has been playing pretty well as of late. So that news will need to be watched before lock, and I'm sure we'll get it. It's 30 minutes after lock, so we should get that news a little either early on the day or a little bit before lock itself. Yeah, I mean, if Cat sits, D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards both get bumps, but they are priced really, really high. It will not really... Well, my opinion is it won't be close if Cat sits. So we do want Cat to play here if we want to play some of these guys. But again, these prices are pretty up there. So yeah, I'm not too sure if I'd go anywhere here yet or as of now. On the Brooklyn side, Kyrie Irving out, Joe Harris out. And then, of course, these two guys, Edmund Summer, David Duke Jr., don't really matter. They don't really break the rotation anyways. So, and again, this game all depends on Cat news. So you want to make sure and watch Cat news first and make sure he's in before you play any of these guys. But even so, James Harden's price is 11.5. Kevin Durant's price is 11.4. It's pretty pricey for some studs when I could just play Joel Embiid for a cheaper price in a good matchup as well. Or someone like my guy Tyler Hero. But I mean, these guys are priced up. Patty Mills is priced up. Bembry's priced up. So I'm not too sure if I go anywhere here, not going to lie. LaMarcus Aldridge at 6K. Maybe if this game is close and Cat plays, he puts up a 30-35. That's what you're looking for. Cam Thomas finally broke the rotation, I think. Yeah, he's been playing good minutes. He's worth a look at 3.1K. He will get minutes if this game blows out as well. So someone to note, Cam Thomas. Moving on, Orlando at Houston. This is one of the games I like a lot. On the Orlando side, Jalen Suggs out, Michael Carter-Williams out, Jonathan Isaac and Etuan Moore joined them, still being out as well. So I do believe some of these prices are kind of low, like Wendell Carter Jr. 6'5", Mo Bamba 6'4". I do believe that they have 30 to 35 point upside and maybe even in the 40s, but their floor is definitely high. I would say around a 25 to 28, maybe even 30 floor for these guys. Cole Anthony has been playing outstanding this season, and he's continuing it even right after his injury. I know I called it last time that maybe he wouldn't look the same, but man, they beat Denver. Shout out Ethan, shout out Joey, sorry about that. But I mean, they beat Denver. It was a crazy game. I'm not even sure how Denver lost with Jokic against this Orlando team, but they're not bad, and you can't really count them out. So if you do like this game, which I do, you're going to want someone like Cole Anthony. Gary Harris has been starting and playing good minutes as of late. I do like him as a value play tomorrow. 4K, pretty cheap. Houston plays fast, so Orlando definitely gets a bump up here. And I don't think I'll go anywhere else here. Like I said, Wendell Carter, Mo Bamba, Cole Anthony, Gary Harris. Franz Wagner is about where he should be priced at, 5.8K. So I'm not too sure if I'd actually get there, but his upside is there because he does have like a 35 to 40 upside, DK point upside on nights like this. But you're expecting, I guess, a couple people on the Orlando side to not do too well so France can step up. But I'm on the other guys more. On the Houston side, oh goodness, Christian Wood probable, which I do not get. He was in a walking boot. He left. I don't even want to discuss it. Christian Wood's probable. Kevin Porter Jr. is questionable. John Wall's out. Jalen Green will still be out as well. So Jayshawn Tate popped off for 72, I think, Vandal points, but how much did he have in DK? 69.5 DK points. This is with Christian Wood and Kevin Porter Jr. basically being out after the first quarter. I don't believe he's going to replicate that at all, but if Kevin Porter Jr. sits, usage will need to be spread around. So Eric Gordon, Garrison Matthews, Armani Brooks is going to be fairly popular if Kevin Porter Jr. is out. So please take a note for that. Besides that, not too sure if I'd go anywhere else here. Christian Wood, 9.3K, and he was seen in a walking boot after the game, but he's probable. I don't think I'm going to touch him here, not going to lie. Yeah, you could believe that Kevin Porter Jr. Usage will lead to Christian Wood getting more usage as well, but I'm not going to pay up for Christian Wood and then hope that his foot is okay, hope that his ankle's okay. I'd rather go to the players around him, Jayshawn, Eric Gordon, Garrison Matthews, like I said, Armani Brooks as well. So that's who I'm going for on the Orlando-Houston game. Moving on, Pelicans at Dallas. Josh Hart questionable for them. Zion Williamson is out and had a setback. Sad to see because he's one of the big dudes, one of the, I guess, well-known dudes in this game, and it sucks that he's not going to be playing for a while. But I think they just played each other. If I do believe so, yeah, they just played each other. Josh Hart sat that game. Ended up blowing out Hella, and Luka went off. So I don't like to play this, or I won't like to play this game unless Josh Hart plays, because Josh Hart brings a different dynamic defensively and offensively for this team. And I do believe that if he does play, it'll be more competitive. So you're going to want to watch news for that. And if he does play, you're going to want someone like Brandon Ingram. I think Jonas Valanciunas, Dallas is not that great interior, or on the inside. But he had a career game and then ended up dudding the next night. So do believe he has a bounce back here if the game stays close. But 9.4K is a tough price to pay. So I'm not sure if I'd get there. But I do like Brandon Ingram's price, 7.9K if this game stays close. Besides that, maybe Devontae Graham at 4.7. That's pretty cheap. He has 25 to 30 upside on close game nights. Besides that, not going to go anywhere else. And on the Dallas side, Kristaps Porzingis is questionable. If he does sit, then I do think this game stays a lot closer than everyone expects, even if Josh Hart sits. So watch that Kristaps Porzingis news, one of the biggest of the night, along with Kat. Frank Ntilikina, questionable, and Willie Cauley-Stein out. So if Porzingis sits, like I said, this game probably stays closer. But I don't like Luka if Porzingis sits. I would rather play Brunson and Hardaway Jr. Because Luka has, I think, he has worse numbers with Porzingis being out. It's weird, but it's true. So, and you can look that up if you want. But I'm going to be mainly going to Hardaway and Brunson if Porzingis sits in this game. An honorable mention, Dorian Finney-Smith. My bad. But mainly those first two guys that I mentioned. So Boston at Utah, next game on the slate. Jaylen Brown will be out for this game. Boston's going against Utah, pretty tough matchup here. But I do like some of these pieces. So Robert Williams, 5.2K. It's really cheap, but we want to make sure that he will get a full run first. I know he was a little limited last game, but try to look for news. Make sure Robert Williams is going to be playing his full allotment of minutes before playing him. But 5.2K, really cheap for his upside. They're going to need a big guy against Rudy Gobert. Marcus Smart, Dennis Schroeder, they get bumps with no Jaylen Brown as well. They're priced pretty well though, so I'm not too sure if I'd go there, but I'm mainly looking at my guy Robert Williams as of now. And then Jason Tatum at 10.1, pretty priced up there as well. Tough matchup. On the Utah side, Trent Forrest is questionable. But he doesn't really change much of the rotation, so nothing really to worry about here. Oh, Hassan Whiteside's 3.3K. No production. That's why. So I do believe Royce O'Neal will be back. So that puts Joe Ingles out of play. And I mean, everyone here is pretty priced up. So I'm probably not going to target anyone on this side or this game. Or that side. Sorry, I already talked about the Boston side. Next game, Phoenix at Golden State. Rematch of the two Western Conference monsters right now. We have on the Phoenix side, Devin Booker out, Frank Kaminsky out, Abdel Nader out, Dario Saric out as well. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a very good game. I do believe Phoenix loses their 18-game win streak here. Golden State, Steve Kerr is going to make some adjustments here. Golden State is pretty healthy besides, of course, Klay Thompson and James Wiseman being out. But, I mean, I think Golden State takes this, to be honest. And it's going to be a pretty close game. DeAndre Ayton ate last time. He ate Golden State up. I do love him here, 7.4K. Chris Paul, 8.4K in a close game as well. Of course, Phoenix is on a back-to-back, so that's something to be careful about. But yeah, I mean, I think Golden State takes this. Cam Johnson, we'll see who starts for Devin Booker, because I think Landry Shamet started yesterday's game. And Cam Johnson started the second half against Golden State the other night when Devin Booker went out. So you want to make sure and see who starts. I do like Jay Crowder at 4.4K. I think he's way too cheap for his upside. He has 25-point upside here, maybe even 30, with a low floor of maybe 15 to 20. So Jay Crowder, 4.4K, I like. Cameron Payne, 3.7K, I do like him as well. He's going to see a bump up in minutes with Devin Booker being out. So there's three value guys here, Jay Crowder, Cam Johnson, and Cameron Payne. Three value guys here that I do like. But mainly Chris Paul and Ayton for sure. On the Golden State side, we have Klay Thompson out, like I said. James Wiseman, of course, out. And Andre Iguodala out. The prices here are pretty much right. I mean, Steph Curry, 11.9K. Didn't do too great against Phoenix this last game a couple games ago. I don't believe that he's going to be in a great spot again. It's a tough choice here. I mean, Jordan Poole, I think, had himself a game against Phoenix. Yeah, he had a crazy game against Phoenix. I think he's going to be relied upon to score for Golden State to win this game. And I don't believe he'll mimic the exact same performance he had last time where he went totally nuts. But the scoring is going to need to come from somewhere. And might be him, might be Wiggins. But, I mean, these prices are kind of where they're supposed to be. So I'm not sure if I'm going to target too many people on this side because there is no bump. They're basically playing the same roster they've been playing the entire year. So I'm going to just go ahead and move on. Clippers at Lakers rounds out the last game of the slate. Kawhi Leonard out. Nick Batum out. And Jason Preston out. So Paul George is coming back from rest. I do like him here against the Lakers, who are struggling and have been struggling on defense. Paul George, 10K. I think he's going to be a nice pay up tomorrow. He has been struggling as well. So it's a good bounce back spot for him. Reggie Jackson, mainly disappointed last game. Actually, the entire Clipper team disappointed last game. Not sure if I'd go there for Reggie. Eric Bledsoe, 5.3K. He's worth a look in GBPs. He has 25 to 30 upside, but with a low floor of probably like 10 to 15. So you want to make sure that you have true conviction on Eric Bledsoe before you play this guy. Besides that, probably not going to go anywhere else here. Terrence Mann may be worth a look, but nah, probably not going to go there with such a huge slate. On the Lakers side, we have LeBron James probable, Avery Bradley probable, Anthony Davis questionable, which is huge news that we won't get until the last night or the last leg of the night. and Trevor Ariza out. So this game mainly depends on Anthony Davis. I mean, if AD sits, LeBron James and Russell Westbrook will be popular. Russell Westbrook at 11K is pretty pricey, but LeBron James at 10.4. I do like him if Anthony Davis were to sit. And we all know that this whole LeBron James fiasco with him having COVID, then not having COVID, or testing false positive, or whatever happened. But he's going to be ready to play tomorrow. So I do like him if Anthony Davis sits. Dwight Howard will start for DeAndre Jordan. With LeBron James coming back, not too many sure how many minutes he plays, but if Anthony Davis is out, I do believe Dwight Howard needs to be a lock tomorrow. So, of course, again, like I said, we won't get this news until towards the end of the night, which sucks. So you're going to be taking a chance here if you're rostering Dwight. The good news is he's going to be starting, so you will get playing time for him. You just don't know how much. But yeah, I mean, if Anthony Davis sits, I love Dwight Howard. He's going to be one of my main guys if AD sits. But so for the late guys, watch that news. And I mean, there's nothing much to say besides that here because we really don't know if AD will play. So that wraps up this NBA DFS DraftKings Picks video for December 3rd on Friday. Again, if you like the video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the DFS Karma YouTube channel for more daily media content and our live streams. I appreciate you guys all for watching, and as always, it's been your boy, Tristan, aka Sriracha DFS. Have a good weekend, good luck in your contests, and have yourselves a good one. I'm out. Peace.